No, actually, no, I don't.
Look at that face. That's the biggest load of bollocks I've ever heard in my life, Mad Nad.
With the London Eye going round in the background through the window, it was pretty shocking.
Yeah.
It was pretty shocking.
Come to me, Mad Nad. She'd have been down there with the garter, the whipped cream and the prostate massager, wouldn't she?
Even for a former nurse.
Yeah. And I did say, I'm a woman of the world, I'm a former nurse, this isn't going to shock me. It did.
She was spurned. Did I spell that right? Oh, dear, Billy. Oh, dear. This is absolutely hilarious, because speaking of another pathetic cretin, Mad Nad was still doing the rounds, still trying to flog a book. Downfall, is it? Whatever. No doubt I'll probably borrow it from that library called the Internet somewhere, you know. You don't honestly think I'm going to give this cretin any money? No chance to read her drivel when I can just get it from a reliable, dodgy website. Kristen Guru Murphy asked her the question that if he'd have asked either me or you, well, we would have obviously just said yes, but when asking our Mad Nad the same question about the love of her life, no, I don't mean a husband, Spaffer Johnson, she has a very different answer, and look at her face when she's asked. It's absolute joy to behold.
Do you think Boris Johnson ever had sex in a work environment?
No, I don't.
You don't?
No, actually, no, I don't.
Look at that face. That's a face of envy. A face shouting, oh, if only. Oh, it's not as if I tried to lead him astray. One day, christening, I even wore a garter and did a Sharon Stone in his office and went full commando as well. Oh, sorry, I give you that image, but that image came into my face. If I have to see it, I'm going to have to share it. And well, demanded that the big husky peeled the garter off with his teeth. And I even had the whipped cream at the ready as well. It'd be more than a custard cream if I'd have had my wicked way with a blonde blancmange. Sorry about that, but I just couldn't resist. Jesus Christ.
I don't. Because I think the one thing that you would not admit, but you know, and I know, is that what he does outside of work, I don't, you know.
Yes. Sorry about in there. What he does outside of work. That look for me is code for, what's that floozy he's running around with got that I haven't? I'm beautiful, incredibly witty and intelligent, obviously, because in his government you didn't become culture secretary if you're thick as mince, you know. Oh, Bodger, if only you peeled off that garter with your tongue and teeth, I would make you king of the world, and you would have made me your dame. Together we would rule the land and bonked in number 10 forever. Can you imagine? Not a pretty sight, would it?
But you and I both know he's quite shy, and he's not a small talker. And he's quite socially awkward in this. So, no, yeah. I don't see him as being somebody doing that in a workplace, no.
Right. That's interesting. But
yes. Let's be honest. When he said that's interesting, I don't know about you, but for me that means that's the biggest load of bollocks I've ever heard in my life, Mad Nad. That's not the half of it. Wait till you hear the load of the next stuff she says. It's absolutely hilarious. And I do wonder who she's talking about. Hold on to your hats, my friend. You're in for a treat.
But I mean, so why? So why does that sort of really get you though? In a way that's,
I think it's
the other behaviour. It does. Hasn't pushed you over the edge.
No, all of it does.
You know, this is like the last straw, isn't it?
No, oh, come on, it's one small chapter in a 100,000 words. So I know a lot's been made about it and made of it. But when I'm sent photographs
when I said
when I'm sent photographs on a 30-second timer from somebody, from a staff member, that shows an MP stood in an office naked with an erection in his hand, with another MP lounging back on the green sofa behind him, with the London Eye going round in the background through the window. It was pretty shocking.
Yeah.
It was pretty shocking.
Unbelievable. Yes, I would imagine she'd be shocked. They could have put the blinds down, couldn't they? You know, those in the London Eye would have got an eyeful, wouldn't they? They'd have certainly got more than they'd have bargained for. Also, we've no idea who was defying gravity next to the London Eye, but the one thing is for sure, it wasn't our Spaffer, was it? Because she would have been shocked. Well, she wouldn't have been shocked if he would have been staring down the barrel of a camera saying, "Come to me, Mad Nad." She'd have been down there with the garter, the whipped cream and the prostate massager, wouldn't she? But the thing is, on a serious note, even though she's crank and a waste of space, and how long did she spend defending the indefensible, lied on a number of occasions, didn't she? As a nice piece of work that she is, who's wholly unfit for any position of power, sending stuff like that to people, especially women, is out of order. And even if they chow down on her kangaroo balls and they're mad, but then she says something that even shocks me. Yes, you'll be surprised what she says next.
Even for a former nurse.
Yeah. And I did say, I'm a woman of the world, I'm a former nurse, this isn't going to shock me. It did.
Right, so you're a woman who's got to the top of British politics, looked in and gone, oh my God, it's utterly rotten.
Yeah,
in there.
Yeah, I have, yeah. And it has to change. And I'll tell you why, if it doesn't change, the Conservative Party has no chance of survival, because I cannot believe in a million years that people who behave in this way, who are more interested in a hedonistic lifestyle, in drinking cheap booze in bars, in having group gay sex sessions in offices. I can't believe that group of people have the ability within them to perform in a way which enables the Conservative Party to survive the onslaught which Reform is going to present to them and the Liberal Democrats. They just don't have it.
Yes. A former nurse, a nurse or a doctor worth their salt would know that the Tory party has no interest in the NHS, so why would you vote for them in the first place? And only view stuff like that as a way of making profit, don't the Tories? They don't view it as a vocation, do they? They only view it working in the profession to do it as a vocation. They just view people like that as suckers and losers, don't they? Woman of the world, my ass as well. She's just a sad, pathetic, lazy crackpot who got the ump when she wasn't made a dame, and then took a bat and ball and went home in a strop, didn't she? And how long did that strop last before she gave the good grace to basically fuck off and resign, while leaving her constituents in limbo? Absolutely pathetic, isn't she? Unbelievable interview, but what do you guys think? But anyway, she was spurned. Did I spell that right? Oh dear, Billy. Oh dear.